Anybody else?
The opposite question, how to close on a seller that is on the edge of thinking about listing their property at this time of year, not waiting for spring season.
Okay, good. Why do they want to wait?
Because they think they'll have a higher sales price during the spring market because there'll be more buyers around, but at least that's the perception.
Okay, why do buyers want to wait?
Well, I think they all have a lot of things going on, and they're just strangely not motivated. These are my hotel-living people.
Okay, so I'm going to say something really outrageous to you, okay? You don't get adults to do anything they don't want to do. You tell me one area in your life where that actually works. There's not one. Adults do whatever the hell they want to do, right? Okay. You make children by force, but you don't make adults. So oftentimes what you have to do is get new information. If you let me see how it's to my best interest, then I'll make up my own damn mind. You won't make it up for me, but I might be willing to go along with what you want if I think it's in my best interest. So Thursday morning's Atlanta Journal, I posted a thing on Workplace. Who went and got that article? Okay, so folks, like, I'm not trying to be mean or anything, but let me be mean for a second. One person, you guys aren't professionals. You can't dare to call it, well, I wasn't about, it's online. You lack the initiative. Well, why didn't I just give it to you? Because I didn't want to give it to you. I wanted to see who would go get it. You can't call yourself a professional when somebody says, hey, there's an article on the front page of the business section in today's Atlanta newspaper. You should already know that. You should. But on the off chance that you missed it, you want to see it.
Actually, I think I saw that somewhere else. Is that the one that was, that demand exceeds supply and prices are still rising in Atlanta? Okay.
Right. Now, you can't not, when poked, well, I didn't see it on Workplace. Yeah, because you're not paying attention. Well, then you're going to miss out on a lot of shit. I'm not doing it to entertain myself. I'm doing it to help you guys. But when poked, you can't not have the initiative to go get it and then ask the question, what could I do? Because the answer to that is, well, you can't do anything because you won't take the most minimal amount of initiative. Well, it was Thanksgiving. I don't give a shit. I can do two things at once. Because it's Thanksgiving, I can still find an article in the newspaper. The two things aren't mutually exclusive of each other. Now I'm going to pause for a second. Somebody disagree with me. Okay. I can walk and I can chew gum. I can do both things. I can be away from my home for a holiday and I can go online and find an article that I can use later. Yes?
Just to add to what that article said, WSB News actually ran a news story about the exact same thing. So
Maybe that's where I saw it.
There's two news sources that are backing up what that article said now.
And it makes the point that we're in a dual market, and it is rare. So I got 32 years in this. It's probably happened another time, but I can't remember it. It definitely hasn't happened to this extent. Where a dual market is when it is a seller's market because prices are up and demand is high, and it's a buyer's market because rates are so low that it compensates for the high prices. It is a rare marketplace where it is to both parties' advantage to take action. When do you think, so home buyers, When do you think that, you want to wait till next spring? Say yes.
Yes.
You did? Okay, great. Where do you think interest rates are going to be next spring?
Mhm.
If it goes up 1%, how much more would that cost you each month? I don't know. Let's find out. Right. What's going to happen? Where's the market going to be next spring for home sellers?
Never know.
I don't know either. I mean, we really don't know. I mean, hopefully everything keeps chugging along like it is now, right? But what if it doesn't? What if we have a world event? I'm not wishing it, but what if we do? What if politics starts weighing in? What if? I don't know. I don't know what's going to happen. What if the stock market takes a tumble? I don't know. What I do know is right now, what's the number one reason why people don't want to buy homes why don't they want to sell homes this time of year?
Because it's cold outside.
A lot going on.
Yeah, a lot of holidays.
A lot going on.
Great. Have I told you about my holiday showing program? Do you have a holiday showing program? Have you told people about it? And it's great if you have it, but if nobody knows it, why else do home sellers not want to put their house on the market this time of year? They think the market's dead. They want to wait till next spring but if you saw the article or you saw the news report, market's not dead. Hey, our office just had a record closing month for November. You may or may not be participating in that, but it's going on. I have agents come to me and say, I think the market's starting to slow down. I'm like, no, your business might be starting to slow down, but our office just had a record closing month. More home sales than ever before in 1 month.
Where does the perception of the market slowing down during winter months come from?
Well, Greg comes from Wisconsin. So you have weather obstacles in Wisconsin, right? It's a whole lot different. January in Wisconsin and January in Atlanta, and that's a labor market. We're not. We're a white-collar, service-based economy down here. We're not industry dependent on anything. If one industry goes up or goes down, it doesn't. Like if you were in the Northeast, when the steel industry went kaboof, their whole economy went down, right? If you were out in Denver, like in the 80s when we had an oil crisis, their economy went in the tank. Canada, Western Canada, their economy goes into the tank right now based on energy. Ours is broad-based, service-based economy, banking, insurance, entertainment. You can go on, but it's very broad. And we are a regional, national, or international headquarters for very large employers. If you saw the article in the paper, if you had seen it, it would have shown you job growth. Like 23% in the last quarter. Like, oh my God. Two things drive housing: jobs and education. You want to live in an area where jobs are being created and you have good schools. Good schools are everything. They drive housing. But you would have to have that information and then formulate it into your message for your people and then deliver it. You would have to. People don't buy homes this time of year. Well, that's not actually true. It's statistically not true. It's particularly not true already for this year. November was a record closing month for my office. December's projected to be even a bigger closing month. Isn't that strange? Nobody buys homes this time of year, but December is going to be our biggest closing month ever. Wow, I guess that might not be true. Why? Because prices are up and the market's active and there's a shortage of inventory. Why? People are buying them as fast as we can put them on the market. That's why. It's getting soaked up. And it's a great time to buy. Why? Fixed rates are under 4%. Well, I'm going to wait. till after the holidays. Okay, but if rates don't go up, don't whine to me. Right? It's a rare dual market. Make sense? I'm more concerned with the fact that y'all aren't going out and getting the information when it's presented to you. That really worries me. It shows a lack of initiative that I'm very concerned about. It kind of goes into what we're talking about for December, which is, it's a bad term because people misuse it so much, but we're talking about business planning, and business planning is just simply about actions. And if you're not going to be an action taker, if somebody, hopefully a credible source tells you, here's something that would help you, if you don't have the initiative to go get it, there's no business plan we can write that's going to help you. You're done. You're dead. There's everything, you might as well have a tea party and make a picture board. Because it's all just going to be talk. Let's just use me, okay? We'll just use me. Let's just say, and nobody needs to debate this, okay? But let's just say I've got 20 pounds that I don't need to have. Fair enough? I know, it's not that much, right? But we're just using easy number. How did the 20 pounds get there?
One bite at a time.
When I was a little kid, I was always thin. When I was her age, I weighed 50 pounds less than I do right now. I saw a picture of me holding her the week she was born. It's up on the monitor in there. Oh yeah, I'm about 40 pounds less than right now. How did it get there? One inappropriate decision. Hey, Yak, we're not bothering you, are we? One decision at a time. That's how it got there. One bad decision. You know how it comes off? It doesn't come off with the cabbage soup diet. Anybody, like my parents when I was in college were on the cabbage soup diet. You remember that? That's all you eat 3 times a day is cabbage soup. Brutal. You know what? They're not still on the Cabbage Patch diet today. Somewhere in the last 30-some years, they decided not to eat cabbage soup 3 times a day. Doesn't that sound stupid? Boiled cabbage with some tomato sauce in it. That's all it was. That's all you can eat. The rest of your life. You know what makes it so funny? Is that people go for this crap. I'm going to eat cabbage soup every day for the rest of my life. That's all I'm going to eat. I'm never going to eat anything else. I'm going to drink water and eat cabbage soup. No, you're not. What's going to happen? Hey, it works. You'll lose a lot of weight very quickly. If you want to cut weight fast, just eat cabbage soup every day. You'll lose it.
And friends.
Friends. And your children, I can guarantee you this, will never come home from college again. They will just find a reason to stay during spring break. So I'm going to stay and study. What happens though? What do humans, what do adults do? They go off the diet, right? Because at some point you've either lost the weight you wanted to lose or you just can't. You can't eat one more bowl of cabbage soup. You just can't. And then what happens? Well, he comes right back. Right. Why? Because you never changed your habits. You just took a little break from them for a while. The weight comes right back. Why does the weight come right back? Because your body's upset that you're not eating cabbage soup every day?
You're happy you're not eating cabbage soup.
So then what happens? You go right back to the habits that got you the 20 pounds in the first place, right? It's just habits. It's just daily choices. It's what you put in your mouth every day. Like there's not a big secret, right? You want to weigh less, eat less, and exercise more. But nobody will buy that book. You know, everybody wants to buy the book where you're gonna get thin fast. Sound anything like a real estate business?
Mhm.
So who's written a business plan before? Yeah, almost all, yeah, we all have, right? How'd that work out for you, Mike?
Well, it looks good when you write it down.
Where do you keep your boat docked? Like, down like on the Florida coast somewhere?
One of them.
Yeah, that one. Okay. That crap doesn't work. Who's ever done, so I'm gonna make fun of it, just go ahead and admit it, who's ever done picture boarding? Where you cut out pictures of the, Tara, this is right up your alley, have you done this? You cut out pictures of the things you want, like the house or the car or the vacation, and you have like a party and you invite all your friends over, not really a guy thing, right, more of a girl thing. Tara's got that look on her, you've done this?
Yeah.
You have done it. And you put these pictures on a board, and then you're supposed to keep the board in front of you all the time, right?
I have mine on screensaver. I would think.
Screensaver, okay, that's even better. Huh? How'd that work out for you?
It didn't work out with the doggone.
It doesn't work out with the damn. Why? There comes a point where you don't even see the screensaver anymore. Your mind filters it. Watch. Nothing bad is going to happen to you. Everybody close your eyes for a second. Okay. There is behind Jay, don't look, but behind Jay on the wall next to the refrigerator is a poster. Somebody tell me what it says.
Is it the one that says doubt me? Or that'll be fun? I can't remember exactly.
That's pretty close. So one person, oh, you can look now, it says underestimate me. That'll
Yeah,
be fun.
that's it.
Right. You guys walk by it every day. Every day. And one person can kind of a little bit tell you what it says.
If I took more time thinking about it, I think.
There's 5 words. It's not a complex message. You see it every day. Why can't you recall it?
White noise.
Background noise.
Your mind filters it. You know, if your mind didn't filter it out, you literally would go crazy. You have to filter things out. You can't focus on everything all the time. It would be overwhelming. You make a screensaver. This is supposed to be it. All I have to do is keep my big whys in front of me all the time, right? I don't know how long before you don't even see it anymore. You don't care. That's just something I did back in December. That was fun. We all had a nice time doing it. But it's totally meaningless in your life now. How long does that take? In your case, how long did it take?
It didn't take long.
Like how long?
About 2 months maybe.
Okay.
So, how do you change your habits in a way that, where you don't backslide?
So that's the question. And almost everything for you is going to come from asking yourself powerful questions like that and not settling for an easy answer. How do I do this in a way that will be meaningful? And when we're sitting here a year from now, we're going, hell yeah, 2020 was the year of Mike. Like I dropped the 20 pounds and accomplished most, if not all, of my goals. How do I make that change? If I know that diet programs are gimmicks, and they all are, if there was one that was healthy and worked, we'd all be on it. Oh, there is. It's called eat less and exercise more. Oh, but other than that, no, there's nothing other than that. Everything else is crap. And business planning doesn't work. It never has. You can't find me one person that ever can say, I wrote this business plan and I followed it and it worked. That's not true. And picture boarding doesn't work. And your big why, you're supposed to have a big why, right? Because burning passion. And when you wake up tomorrow morning, you're supposed to feel this fire in your belly, and you're supposed to spring out of bed and take on the day with a fierceness. Who does that? Other than you. You don't count because you're a complete wackadoodle to yourself. Who does that? Does anybody, like when you woke up this morning, did you have a passionate fire in your belly?
God, no. There's like the worst day of the year.
Your big why? Or some people, somebody wrote a book about this, your BHAG, your big, hairy, audacious goal. This is what shit people say. They get paid to go around and talk to people. They make up stuff like this, and this is supposed to be inspirational. You're supposed to have a big, hairy, audacious goal. And this goal is supposed to drive you every day, but it doesn't. And most people don't have a big why. So I'm going to offer you this month, if you'll take the initiative to schedule the session with me, a whole different way of looking at this. A much more, I'm going to tell you, you don't have to have a big why. If you have one, great. If you don't, I don't really give a shit. I don't. And I don't have a big, hairy, audacious goal. I'm not trying to take over the world. I'm not trying to do that. Should I? I guess probably. Wouldn't it be great if I had some big thing and I could put it on the wall and everybody walked in my office and went, wow, that's so inspiring. But I don't. So why did I get up? What am I doing today now? There's a line out of a Jimmy Buffett song. Yeah, it's my job. Anybody know that song? It's my job. And the line in the song, the guy's talking about he's a banker and it's his job to be worried half to death. But without it, I would be less than what I expected from me. That's what it is, folks. Why do you get up and go to work and work hard every day? Because that's what you expect out of yourself. Because to do less than that would be less than what you expect out of yourself. That's why you do it. Why? Because I can. Because that's what adults do. That's what they do. They get up, they get dressed, they go to work, they work hard all day, they work late to do better than what their parents did. Right? That's what we do. And well, then why do you do that, Mike? Because to not do that would be less than what I expect from myself. That's why I do it. Do I want boats? No, I don't give it. I don't need it. I don't want a boat. Well, what about a really nice? I don't care about the car. Well, don't you want a big house? No, not really. Been there, done that. Not interested in it anymore. Don't you want to take exotic vacations all over the world? Not this month. Well, then why do you want to work so hard? Because that's what men do. That's what we do. And women. I'm just a guy. That's why I say it like that. That's what we do. Jay, you're a mom. You have a kid. You have responsibilities. Are you trying to buy yachts? Are you? You don't want to buy a yacht? Are you trying to travel the world? Are you trying to build a better lifestyle for your family? Yeah. What's better? I don't have to show you a picture of better. I'll know it when I have it. That's why. Now, nobody's going to pay me to come speak to them and say that, because you got to make up real flowery, like mind-altering BHAG stuff, right? It's supposed to make everybody want to charge out of the room and go do it. I ain't that guy. You want that, go to Tony Robbins. I don't know what to tell you. But it's not practical, and people don't stay with it. So what am I going to say to you this month? I'm going to say this. Get up, get dressed, go to work. Work hard all day. How hard? I don't know. What do you want to do? Because if you want to sell 10 homes, that's one level. If you want to sell 20, it's another. If you want to sell 50, that's another. We just keep turning the dial up. How hard do you want to work? How hard are you willing to work? Everybody's number is different. You tell me you want to sell 100, I say, let's giddy up. I've done it. I can show you how to do it. But if you tell me you want to sell 100 and you want to stay home and you want to come in when you feel like it and you want to work the schedule that whatever it is you worked or what time do you come in this morning? Well, when I get there. Well, doesn't traffic bother you? No, because I don't really have to be anywhere at any certain time. You ain't selling 100. You ain't selling 50. Now, there's no judgment on this if you say, I want to sell 5. I say, okay, that's great. You can work from home. You can work a couple hours a day, work about 3 days a week. Yeah. And there's nothing wrong with that at all, if that's what you want. But what you want and what you do have to be intimately connected to each other. You can't want this and do this and then be shocked. Like, I guess you can, but there's no bewilderment that comes with this, right? And here's the other thing that you want. And so I'm just giving you the Reader's Digest version of it now. Even all of that is too big. Even all that's too big. And that's why we won't stay with it. That's why people don't stay on diets and they don't keep going, other than Jay. You're the rare exception to every, they don't keep going to the gym. LA Fitness is going to make a fortune this month. Membership sales are peaking. Usage in the first half of January will be peaking. Orange Theory, which is where you go. How hard is it going to be for you to get a session the first half of January? Pretty hard. A lot of competition. Only so many slots every morning, right? When does that ease off and it gets back to normal? It doesn't last 30 days. It never does. I have a golf friend of mine, we're playing golf this weekend, and he says he's really fit. So I'm asking him about it. He goes, yeah, I do the P90X every morning. I'm like, really? He goes, yeah, and I have a lifetime membership. I'm like, you have both? He goes, yeah, I pay $180 a month for this lifetime membership. I'm like, ouch. He goes, yeah, I can't tell you the last time I was there. I'm like, well, why did you do it if you were doing the P90X? He goes, it seemed like a good idea at the time. I thought I'd pop by there on my way home at night. I get 2 workouts in every day. I'm like, well, do you? He goes, I think I did one time back in July, but that's about the only time I've even been in there. But when he joined, he thought it was a really good idea. It's all too big, folks. All these things, the diet program, we won't stick with it that long. They're too big. The picture board goes away in weeks. So what do you do? I think AA gets it right. Alcoholics Anonymous. I think it's, hey, I'm not, but this is how they talk. I'm an alcoholic. I will always be an alcoholic. There will never be a time in my life when I won't be disposed to being an alcoholic. It doesn't mean I'm going to drink today. I'm not going to drink today. What about tomorrow? I don't know about tomorrow. But I'm not going to drink today. I'm not going to go to that fast food restaurant now. And when you get weak and you need help, you can't do it by yourself. You're not going to stick to your plan this year by yourself. It's an unrealistic expectation. You need a partner. And this partner has to be somebody that you give permission to hold you accountable and will, and that you respect enough so that if you're trying to lose the 20 pounds and you like fast food, you're sitting in the drive-thru at Wendy's and I call Rob and I'm like, Rob, I'm going to get the cheeseburger. I'm going to get a double cheeseburger meal with the biggie fries and the big gulp. And Rob's got to have enough credibility with me where he can get me to get out of the drive-thru line. Like, just don't go up to the window. Have you paid for it yet? No, I'm waiting. Get it, pull out. And then he can, in 5 minutes, he can say, dude, well, I'm hungry, Rob. I'm hungry. It's okay. You're not going to die. Be hungry. Enjoy being hungry. But that double cheeseburger with biggie fries, how's that look on you? You fat bastard. Right?
Yeah.
Whatever it is, that kind of self-honest talk that he can do to not get me to be Mr. Perfect all the time to get me to not pay for that Biggie fries and eat it right then at that moment. I want the drink. I know you do. But how's that work for you? So am I just to bring up the pain associated with these bad choices in our lives that we made before? I know. But when you responded to this, when you eat, drink, date, pornography, serial relationships, when you do this, you're self-medicating yourself. You're doing something to make yourself feel better when you feel bad. And how has that worked out for you in the past? Mike, when you get the Biggie fries and the double cheeseburger, are you going to like yourself in 30 minutes? No, I hate myself. Right. That's it. I don't want to not eat the food because I want to be skinny. Because when I get hungry and tired, I don't give a shit about how I'm going to look in June at the beach. I care about I'm hungry and tired right now. I need somebody to help me get through the moment. Mike, I need you to get up, get dressed, and go to work. Now, I'm going to work from home today. You can't, dude. You don't. I don't know whether you can or not, but you don't. Now, nobody is going to talk to you like this. Nobody's going to, because they can't make any money off of you like this. You won't pay to hear this shit. So, what we're going to do this month, if you'll take the initiative to sign up for it, is we're going to talk about, like, what do you got to do? Mike, what do you want to sell? What's your target? And then what do your actions have to look like throughout the year? And how are we going to handle it when you don't, when you want to disappear and you're not, when it's 75 degrees out and you want to hit the bike? But that ain't part of the plan. So what are we going to do about it when that happens? Because that's going to happen, isn't it? It is. What are we going to do about it? We're going to need a plan to get through it. One of the things that's interesting about Jay and her Orange Theory group is that's an accountability group, right? If you don't show up, what happens?
Oh, we clown.
Huh?
We clown.
You clown. What's that mean? Like, what happens to you?
Well, first of all, nobody doesn't, you don't take days off. You have to have a really good excuse.
But what if you just didn't show up this morning?
Orange Theory charges.
They charge you, okay? Anybody in your group, like, calling you out?
Yeah.
Yeah. I see it all the time on Facebook. They're calling each other out on it. There's no getting away with it. There's not going, oh, well, you were probably tired. You probably had a good reason.
And the crazy thing, all of us are similar in where we are, like career-wise, and we know if we don't get it in, we're not going to get it in.
Right. So, you know, like, how does Jay get guns like that? It's pretty simple. She works out every single day, 7 days a week. Well, I want to have arms like hers. I just don't want to work out 7 days a week with that intensity. Well, I have conflict, don't I? What I want and what my daily activities are don't quite sync up. So, what am I going to do about it? And that's how we do it. And when I got that through my thick head, that I don't need to write a 10-page business plan, and I don't need to put pictures of shit that I want on my refrigerator at home, that's all medication. It doesn't fix anything. What fixes stuff? Get up and go to work every day. Or to wherever intensity I say I want to do. Well, I don't know why I should want to do more than I'm doing right now, which is a problem that people that have satisfied their needs run into. You can hit a production level where your bills are paid. So why do you want to work harder? Well, I'll just contend it's not for the cash. It's not for the boat and the car and the house. It's not. It doesn't make people work harder. Nobody's working for money. Sometimes it's just as simple as that's just kind of what you expect out of yourself. That's what makes you feel proud of you. Right? So this morning, I got up at 4:30. I went for a 3.5 mile walk. Got breakfast, dressed, and here by 7:45. Why? I feel good about myself when I do that. I feel proud of myself. That's why I do it. Because I want a boat? I don't want a boat. That, I guarantee you, no damn boat was getting me up this morning. It wouldn't have happened. Why? Because I feel better about myself when I do that stuff. And when I start stringing days like that together, everything starts to change. That's why. Does that make sense? Okay, we'll find out. This business is all about initiative, folks. If somebody tells you there's a piece of information out there that you could take and repurpose and make your own to generate content that your people would be interested in, you have to have the initiative to make it happen. If you haven't, you're going to have a hard talk with yourself. You have to take the initiative to schedule this planning session with me. You'll have to take the initiative to develop an accountability partner. You'll have to have a lot of initiative. Ain't nobody going to do it for you. If you don't care, I don't care. That's my thing. If you're into it, I'll stay here all night, all weekend with you. To the level that you care is exactly what I care. I'm not here to try to motivate unmotivated people. That's somebody else's world. It's not mine. So this business is all about initiative. Make sense? Zoe's giving me the way out of time signal, so sorry. Okay, great.